Am I the asshole for ignoring my mother-in-law after she made an announcement at my wedding? Edit for info. I, F24, was married recently to my childhood sweetheart, M24. Pretty small due to COVID, but it was planned well in advance, so we didn't cancel, just kept it to family, and we planned to have a party with everyone else at a later date. For some background on my husband, his parents had him pretty young, 18 and 19 respectively, and he has a very close family. Our wedding reception was quite intimate, but we had the traditional speeches planned: father of the bride, best man, husband's brother, groom. It was only the day before that my mother-in-law asked if she could have the mic to say a few words when we sat down to eat, and we said that would be great, but that she would need to go before my husband. Stupidly, we figured she would talk about us at our wedding, so we never asked what she planned to say. Big mistake. She announced that she's expecting a baby. She's still pretty young and very healthy, but it was a huge shock that just completely took over all night. What's even worse for me is that I am also pregnant and we planned to announce it at the wedding, but I told my husband to just leave it out of his speech. Everything felt a bit sour for me after that, so after the wedding I didn't speak to my mother-in-law for a few days, and I got a call from her sister, a guest, to ask what was up. I explained that I felt like the attention was taken away from us without our permission. I would have said no, but still, and it was so unfair to spring that on us. Apparently I ruined my own wedding because I was obviously pissed off about the good news and that I was being totally selfish. Maybe I was, but it was my wedding day that was already ruined by a pandemic. Husband is on my side, though clearly feels a bit uncomfortable telling his mum that, which I get, as I don't want to have this argument directly with a pregnant woman either. The rest of the family is split down the middle, my side and his, because it was such a close family event anyway, and we all need some happiness. Now I'm starting to wonder if I overreacted and spoilt everything. Am I the asshole? Edit. Wow, I didn't expect this response. I'm really feeling the love, and thank you all for the congratulations. I just wanted to answer some of the recurring comments and questions for info. Firstly, my husband was planning to speak to his mother in a week or two, just not straight away. A few reasons for this. He's angry and he didn't want to blow up at a woman who's still around that sensitive pregnancy stage. He wanted time to cool off. He wanted to give her a chance to reflect and apologize on her own. I respect this decision 100%. He is my rock and I will not hear a word against him. Secondly, my Mill is only 42. I've seen a few comments that are quite shaming about her age, which are making me quite uncomfortable. She wants to be a grandmother and I think finding out would have made her really happy, but I didn't want to attach how I felt in that moment to the announcement of my little one. On a similar note, I didn't want to be thinking about this after my wedding either, which is partly why I blocked her out. Thirdly, my petty revenge self would love her to have a baby shower, but I really doubt it. They're not such a big thing in the UK, and despite how she seems, she's actually really good about the restrictions that could still be in place. Her birthday is in May though, so I'm not ruling anything out. Not the asshole. You never make a personal announcement at a wedding without the couple's knowledge and permission. We all need some happiness. They don't get to pull that card. She should have explicitly asked if it's okay to announce this. She didn't, and stole your thunder. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. Just because your Mill is pregnant doesn't mean she isn't an asshole. Everyone knows that announcing pregnancy, engagement or anything else significant is totally taboo at a wedding. This was not an oversight. You should have continued to announce your own baby news anyway. That would have diluted her news. Congratulations on your wedding and your baby news. NTA. There are a few unspoken rules about weddings. Don't wear white, don't get engaged, and don't announce a pregnancy. I wouldn't bother to tell her about your own pregnancy. Let her find out from social media or from family gossip. If she makes a stink, just remind her how she clearly needs to focus on her own pregnancy, as she just had to announce it at your wedding. Not the asshole. I'm a event lighting technician. I've been at hundreds of weddings running lights. In my 17 years or so of doing it, only one time have I seen something similar happen. I think it was the bride's sister that grabbed the mic unannounced and declared she was pregnant and had gotten engaged. She made the bride mad enough she had security escort her out of the building. Sadly, I do not have any follow-up on most of the parties I work. But I would assume there was a lot of words in that family the next day. The rest of the family is split down the middle, my side and his, because it was such a close family event anyway and we all need some happiness." Emphasis added. "Anyone who says that, ask them, what? My wedding wasn't happy? Not the asshole. Also let Mill be the last to hear about your pregnancy. Not the asshole. Nope. Etiquette 101. You do not make personal announcements at other people's events unless you have cleared it with them. Congrats on getting married and the baby. Make sure you set your boundaries because it's clear she will trample them." Not the asshole. Tacky tacky tacky. Oh my word. I mean, of course you assume she would talk about you and your husband during the toast portion of your wedding. I cannot believe she announced that. Of course you're not the asshole. She absolutely knew what she was doing by 1. Not telling you the reason she wanted to speak and 2. Speaking in the first place. Question. Did she know you were pregnant? 'Cause then she's a double aw. Not the asshole. Everyone knows you don't share your own big news at someone else's event. She made your wedding day about her and it sounds like she knew what she was doing. Not the asshole. A wedding should be about the people getting married. She never should have dropped this bomb without discussing it with you guys first. No matter how close you are, it was selfish to do this on a day that was about you and your husband. I would have been mad as well. I'm sorry that happened. Congratulations on your wedding though. Husband is on my side though clearly feels a bit uncomfortable telling his mum that, which I get as I don't want to have this argument directly with a pregnant woman either. Her pregnancy does not give her a get-out-of-jail-free pass. Your husband should confront her and tell her that was absolutely inappropriate, disrespectful, and selfishly took away from your own announcement you had planned. He needs to learn to get comfortable with calling her out when she shows her ass, because she seems the type to be willing to show it often, and if he doesn't nip it in bud now, it'll be harder to do later. As for that aunt-in-law, just tell her that she can kiss ya where the good Lord split ya. Not the asshole. It was such a close family event anyway and we all need some happiness. The happiness was already there, the joining of two people who love each other. She stole your moment. You will always remember her pregnancy announcement at your wedding. How could she think that was the best time to make her announcement? Tacky really. Not the asshole. Feels like your Mill knew what she was doing and didn't care that she was taking y'all's day away. In fact, it sounds like she planned on it. I could maybe understand if she told a guest somehow and then word spread, but to announce it in a speech? Jidifu. Not the asshole. But my petty self would have then announced she was going to be a grandma too. Let that sink in and continue my wedding. She wanted attention, let her have people congratulate her for her future grandbaby while pregnant. How quick her balloon would have deflated. Not the asshole. I'm concerned that your husband is uncomfortable telling his mother what an ass she is. He should be telling her how grossly inappropriate Mill was. He also needs to tell his aunt that called you the same thing. He should be angry. Not the asshole. Announce yours at her baby shower. Not the asshole. There are some announcements that shouldn't be made at a wedding without the bride and groom being fully on board. New engagement, new identity, sexual preference, pregnancy, big moves to or from an area. And yes, we could all use a little happiness, which is why that announcement should have waited a couple weeks so people could have a second round of good family interaction. I'd be like, well, unfortunately this was supposed to be our announcement, but yeah, we're pregnant too. Thanks for that, Mill, followed by pointed and awkward laughter. Not the asshole. That's rude as hell. You don't announce that you're pregnant at someone else's wedding without their permission. I don't know much about wedding etiquette and even I know that. Not the asshole. Alright, I'm just gonna say it. Is she really pregnant? Like, it's been confirmed? Because, NGL, someone at her age just happening to be pregnant enough to know but not show at her son's wedding seems a little suspect to me. IDK. NTA. And that was rude of your mother-in-law. Speeches at wedding are well wishes about a couple's future, funny, memories, advice. Totally not a look at me moment, for the speech giver. So rude. Not the asshole. You are 100% correct. A wedding reception is not a place for a guest to make announcements of their own. It is about the bride and the groom. What she did was selfish and self-centered and had effectively spoiled the relationship between the two of you. And don't let her say it is your fault, it is entirely because of her actions. You never hijack someone else's event, no matter what it is, to make a personal announcement. By the way, congratulations on the wedding and the upcoming baby. Not the asshole. But did you really think her sister was going to take your side? You should have knew she was a flying monkey when she called to ask you what's up. Not the asshole. Might I suggest announcing your pregnancy at her baby shower? Not the asshole. Mill is a terrible narcissist and you should continue no contact and have your husband go no contact. I dislike the woman and I don't even know her. Not the asshole. Your mother-in-law though, is. That was your wedding, not her pregnancy announcement party. She totally stole your thunder. Not the asshole. It was your day and she made it all about her. Not the asshole. Weddings are one event that are about the couple in question. She should have asked you if it was okay to use your event to make her the center of attention. Your mill sounds like a narcissist, and the family like enablers. Is that kind of behavior new or the rule with her? Ridiculous. I really can't imagine who in their right mind would think it's okay to make it all about them before bride and groom had been celebrated. Resounding not the asshole. And I'd take a closer look at your mill's general behavior. Not the asshole. On my gosh, the audacity of that lady. No duh, you looked pissed. I would have been furious. Gosh, I'm so sorry that happened. Honestly, I would go low contact with them for a while. That is such narcissistic behavior and you don't need that nonsense. Not the asshole. Your mill is a huge asshole. She knew you are pregnant and did it on purpose to steal your thunder. That's why she wanted to speak before your husband could make the announcement. I would go NC or very LC with her after that stunt. Hashtag you have a prime opportunity, op. Announce your pregnancy at her baby shower, gender reveal, next event. Absolutely not the asshole. Wedding Rules 101. The day is all about the bride and groom. Your personal excitement and announcements can wait till the next day. There was absolutely no reason for your mother-in-law to make any such announcement at your wedding. Not the asshole. She should have told you both beforehand. Not the asshole. Your mill was solidly wrong here. But you've got to talk with your husband and make sure you two are really on the same page about this. She is his mother and he needs to take more charge of dealing with her. Don't get maneuvered into the position of having him in the middle of you and his mom just because he's not used to having uncomfortable conversations with her, because you're setting yourself up for a long marriage dealing with this family. Stop talking directly with anyone else in his family about this and make him talk to them. Not the asshole. I'm sure you can find all sorts of etiquette forums that say the same if your mill needs an education. Not the asshole. Send her a bill for the reception since she wanted to turn it into an event about her. Not the asshole. Your mother-in-law was incredibly rude to steal your thunder by announcing her pregnancy on your wedding day. You have every right to be angry and hurt. That's right up there with announcing an engagement at someone else's wedding. It's just not done. Did she know about your pregnancy? Not the asshole. Fuck her. Not the asshole. I'm pretty sure that. Do not propose or announce your engagement, pregnancy during someone else's reception, is one of the first unspoken rules when it comes to weddings. Not the asshole. I'm sure she wouldn't like it if you announced your pregnancy at her gender reveal. She seems like the type to have one, or baby shower. Not the asshole. She likely did not have bad intent, but what she did was uncool. You are giving her slack for being a pregnant woman, but give yourself the same slack. Not the asshole, but it'll be great when her child and grandchild play in the sandbox together. It's probably about time to give her a break and go low to no contact. This is pretty unacceptable as it not only took the focus away from you and your husband, but it also nipped your own announcement in the bud. Tell your husband he needs to have your back on this one and that it's not negotiable. Not the asshole. She knew it was wrong to do it or she would have told you what she was going to announce first. Not the asshole, but be prepared for Mill to hijack any future events involving your pregnancy. She'll try to horn in on your baby shower, birth announcement, baptism, etc. Do not let her or anyone else in the family, maternal or especially paternal, know your child's name. If you both end up having boys or girls, I wouldn't put it past her to use the name you intend to. Do not share that child's name until it is born with anyone but your spouse. Hell, I wouldn't even reveal the gender until the kid is born as a precaution. Not the asshole. There is a time and place for personal announcements like that. Someone's wedding is not one of them. Even if one of those people is a relative. Not the asshole. You never announce a pregnancy at someone else's wedding. Not the asshole. There are certain things you just don't talk about at someone else's wedding. Nope. Not overreacting. Underreacting. If have honestly been petty enough to have left the baby announcement in your speech and said, well, it's exciting to hear Mill is pregnant and it's like she could read our mind since we were excited to announce before her unexpected news that we're a significant other expecting. Your husband missed a chance to throw some shade and the petty side of me is crying. But you have nothing to be sorry about and everything to be upset about. Not the asshole.